What up, y'all? We are back. It's Anwar Stetson and Adrian Medina with the Sporting Tribune. We just saw a dub, a Trojan dub, 31-13 victory over 15th ranked Michigan. A great win, a statement win at home for the USC Trojans. We just got out of the press conference, heard from Coach Lincoln Riley, Jaden Mayava, King Miller, who had a king-like game tonight, and a whole bunch of other players. This was a game in which the Trojans seemed to dominate in all three phases against a program that just won a national title 2 years ago in the Michigan Wolverines. Can you just give me your instant reaction on this game, Adrian? I mean, what did you see out there?
All I'm going to say is this was the most complete game on both sides of the ball that the USC Trojans have played. And like we said in the pregame, they needed this win in such a crucial moment, such crucial times in the schedule. And to play like how they did, it just sets the tone for how these next 2 weeks playing up against really crucial games. It just gives you the biggest confidence as a USC fan.
Yeah, I said after the loss, the devastating loss to Illinois at the very, end of the game, at the last second, I thought, man, losing to Illinois was nearly a death sentence, because then you got to face Michigan, then you got to face Notre Dame, then you got to face Nebraska. It's just a gauntlet after that. And you think, man, you can't really afford any early losses because they may start coming later in the season. But Lincoln Riley said in the postgame, this is a week-to-week team. We don't think about rankings. We don't think about any of that. We just think week-to-week, playing the opponent that's ahead of us. And that's exactly what the Trojans did tonight. King Miller, like I mentioned before, star of the game, 158 rushing yards. Makai Lemon, wide receiver, I think perhaps the most underrated wide receiver in all of college football. And I will certainly say a top 5 wide receiver in college football. He was too humble to give me an answer on that. He just said he wanted to have an opportunity. But he's an incredible guy. Go check out the Sporting Tribune for highlights from his touchdown earlier in this game. But yeah, it didn't seem like Michigan really was ever in it. They broke off for that 169-yard touchdown, basically on a missed tackle. But other than that, 13 points. The last time USC gave up only 13 points this season was Missouri State, right? I mean, they're used to giving up. They gave up 17 to Purdue. That was a solid defensive performance, but wrought with penalties, right? But the rest of the season, 30-something points, late 20s, right? It just seemed like people are going, what happened to this defense? And they made a statement tonight, don't you think?
No, yeah, definitely. Like I said, defensively, they're just their most on-point performance. And yeah, we know coming into this one, penalties was a big one. And there were a few, I don't know the exact number, but cleaned up performance just overall. And yeah, it was just a broken coverage play on that 69-yarder. But regardless of that, I mean, this was damn near an A-plus performance on the defensive side.
Absolutely, and a night full of upsets, right? I mean, Penn State gets upset. College football, I was talking to one of the other reporters earlier. It feels like they say the NFL is an any given Sunday league. Well, it seems like college football nowadays with NIL and so many great players across the board, it's an any given Saturday type of game. Anybody can beat anybody. Anybody can lose to anybody. And that's not to say this was a monster upset. I believe that USC could beat anyone in the Big Ten because they simply have the talent. And, when you have guys like Makai Lemon, Jaden Mayava, who is one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the entire country, a 3-headed rushing attack, which we'll get into, obviously Wayman Jordan, Eli Sanders, King Miller, guys like that. But King Miller, walk on, coming out of here and just dominating the whole night. With a 158-yard night. I mean, absolutely incredible. But we did get a couple of injuries for the running back room. That's going to be pretty big moving forward for the Trojans.
Yeah, definitely. Lincoln Riley didn't say much about it, but he did say concerning about, I don't want to get the names wrong. Was it Eli?
So Eli Sanders, he said, was potentially season ending, but he was, not definitive on that. But they're going to look at it. I mean, they didn't give a lot of details on what the injury was, but he said maybe potentially a season thing is what he said.
And Wayman was well, I saw him when we were waiting down here to actually get into the media room. Wayman was saying hi to fans, and he was on crutches on a boot in his for his left foot. So to me personally, that just looks bad. But Lincoln Riley said that they're going to be evaluating him throughout the next week. So hopefully some good news there. But man, I don't know. Just the King Miller came in clutch today. I mean, when
Absolutely.
you needed him, he was there. Walk on, prove that hey, anybody, no matter your circumstance, when it's your time to play, you get to show up.
Absolutely. Wonderful win by the USC Trojans. A much needed win. We were saying in the pregame, if USC doesn't win this game, I mean, that might be it, right? Yeah. I mean, for the season, even in a 12-team playoff, that might be it. But beating a ranked team, maybe getting back into that top 20 conversation again. I know it's something that coaches and players don't like to think about. They only think week to week. But for the folks sitting here at the Coliseum, this win certainly means something. It's certainly a lot of bragging rights, getting revenge on Michigan. And you brought up the stat earlier, last time USC beat Michigan, 2007, right? The Rose Bowl. That was the 2006-07 season, right? So it's been a long time. Obviously, before the Big Ten, you would only usually play Big Ten teams in the Rose Bowl from the Pac-12. But there's going to be a lot of great games with a lot of great programs. Obviously, let's finish off with Nebraska here. Notre Dame. Let's finish off with Notre Dame. I'm getting ahead of myself, too ahead of myself. Let's talk about maybe the greatest rivalry in all of college football, USC Notre Dame, at least a rivalry with some of the most history between two schools that are very far away from each other and have never played in the same conference. Let's talk about Notre Dame. I mean, how do you think the injuries are going to impact this next week playing the Irish?
I mean, man, look, when I feel more confident now to see how, and Lincoln Riley said it as well, I mean, just the depth showed today out of anything if you were to take out of it. So it gives me a little bit more confidence heading into Notre Dame. I was going to base my whole thing based off this game to see, where we were at. But, depth-wise, I feel like, we can push through Notre Dame. If we played Michigan the way we did today, I mean, it should be a win, right?
Absolutely. I'm not making predictions because clearly I don't know how to make them, right?
Yeah, me too.
But another one, too. I mean, offensive line injuries as well. Killian O'Connor not suited up. Starting center, Jean-Ray Reed comes in. And again, they gave up no sacks tonight against the Michigan Wolverines. I mean, that's incredible with backup players. Lincoln Riley emphasized depth. And they have that depth now, he said, with this program. So, man, we'll be watching Notre Dame on TV. I certainly wish it was here this year after a win like this. But heading to South Bend to face the Irish next week, man, that's going to be a great one. And we're going to be here to cover it, talk about it, and do everything you want us to do to cover the USC Trojans here at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. For the Sporting Tribune, I'm Anwar Stetson here with Adrian Medina. Good night, y'all. Peace.